Alright, what's going on, guys? Real quick before we get into the video, I have opened up the free Discord. It will be linked in the description below. Just trying to build out a good trading community. You can get direct access to me, asking any questions. I will provide free daily bias market updates, live updates when I'm in the markets each morning and every night. So join up, and it'll be in the description. Alright, boys, we got a trade recap today for Wednesday, June 18th. Took a win here this morning out of this 5-minute bullish for value gap. Got a 1-minute inverse, break even at this internal high, and then take profit at the internal 4-hour buy side, 1-hour buy side liquidity, which was my target for this trade. We'll go over the bias and why I took this trade real quick. Coming into the morning, I was originally looking to short. If we just look at the higher time frames, like I said in the weekly outlook video, like I said in yesterday's video, I would love to see this become the market maker sell model on the higher time frames. And then yesterday we failed to hold these 4-hour bullish imbalances, so we ran through this, and then so the next draw on liquidity for me would be these internal lows, which would be the market structure shift to lows on the higher time frames to confirm a further move down to this daily buy side liquidity, which is also a weekly imbalance. This is a weekly for value gap, and then we also have a gap in price. These got messed up here, but these dark blue lines are a gap in price that we have from almost a month ago now. So it would make a lot of sense to come down to this general area if we start to displace below these swing lows here. So this was my external target originally for the morning. And then zooming into the 1-hour chart, we formed this 1-hour for value gap yesterday during the PM session after running through these bullish imbalances, like I said, displacing lower. So I wanted to see this 1-hour hold and then continue lower to this internal liquidity and then to this market structure shift level, like I just said. So that was my original bias, wanting to see bearish reactions out of this 1-hour imbalance coming into the morning, but we didn't get that. If we go to the we can just pull up both of these charts real quick. Going to the 5-minute, actually it's a lot cleaner on the 15-minute because you can see the candle wick. We go to the 15-minute chart, market opens and we come down and we put in an S&P at this internal low here, which would be the market structure shift confirming this internal model, right? This internal model is what I originally wanted to see to this 1-hour sell side liquidity. So I would need to have seen displacement through this through this swing low, pull back to fair value gap, something like that, targeting here. But you can see this 15-minute candle comes down, sweeps this liquidity, and puts in an S&T. So at this point, I'm still patient once we're down in this range, waiting to see what price is going to do. I was originally zoomed into these 5-minute bearish imbalances right here, waiting to see if we got some sort of bearish reaction from here, but we ended up just running through it, and that's why we have higher time frame imbalances that we zoom into to see if they actually get respected or not, because that's why you don't just blindly take this 5-minute for value gap right here, because it gets ran through. If you go to the 1-minute chart, there was never any sign of respecting that bearish imbalance. And then let's go to ES. ES was the exact same thing, and ES was higher up in the range, already displacing and breaking structure to the upside. So we had the S&P at the low, we saw up liquidity, we start to displace higher, we have shifted market structure on the 5-minute chart, and so this tells me at the very least we're going to come up to this 1-hour internal high. That doesn't mean that we're going to be bullish throughout the rest of the day, but this is the move that I'm looking for within the first hour of the market open. That's all I'm focused on. But because we could, just come back up and manipulate this high and then come back down, but that doesn't matter to me. I'm focused on this move up. This is telling me The price action that I've seen so far this morning that I just broke down is telling me, okay, we're likely to draw to this internal 1 hour high. So what do? I wait for a pullback to a 5-minute fair value gap. We eventually get a pullback right here to this 5-minute busy, and then zooming in from there. Simple stuff. It's very simple. We just get a 1-minute inverse, enter on the candle. I was waiting to see if we'd get a further pullback down here to the inverse fair value gap on this second candle right here, because we kind of closed higher up in the range, and then we come back down here. You can see the candle wick, and once we start to make our way back up, I just slapped a long on because this was very, very clean and clear displacement. We never struggled to run through this imbalance, which is telling me we're like for sure coming up to this internal high, which I moved stops to break even at, with this 1 hour high being my main target for the trade. And we actually almost got stopped at break even just because of where the entry was, and there wouldn't have been really anything that I could have done about that. If we did get stopped out, I can put on the execution and see bought here on this candle, sold here. So almost got stopped out of break even. But even if I do, like, what's the worst case? I lose no money, right? Like, I don't lose anything if I get stopped at break even. So that was a trade for me this morning. Originally wanted to be short bias, but was able to flip that, respond to the market, and identify what it was actually telling me that it wanted to do, right? This SMT plus the displacement and the market structure shift gives me confidence that we're coming to this 1 hour internal high. And with that being said, I also have 3 time frames of confirmation, right? I have this internal high being my drawn liquidity on the hourly time frame to at least come back up and remanipulate. And then on the 5-minute middle time frame, we have SMT at the lows, displacement, 5-minute fair value gap. Then on the low time frame, 1-minute chart, we have bullish reaction and the form of a 1-minute inverse. So 3 time frames confirmation. That's all I need to take a valid trade. And only wanted to target internal liquidity coming into the day because we do have FOMC this afternoon. So like, if this had gotten taken, I'd be hands off. And I solely wanted to play like this little range right here because I know that we have FOMC this afternoon. We're likely to chop around, and I actually told myself that I was only going to give myself an hour after the market opened to potentially find a trade or not, and then after that, hands off, because I guarantee you we just chop around right here until FOMC comes out this afternoon. The move has already happened. So if you're watching this, like, hop off the chart. It's not worth it. It's not worth it on a day like today. FOMC is today, and then combining that with the fact that we are just simply not moving on the higher time frames right now. Solely want to be targeting internal liquidity and being extra picky, and for me personally, solely trading that first hour of market open right now to take advantage of the market open volatility and the internal draws on liquidity. But after that, not really expecting to see any expansion at this point because of this. This is pretty ugly stuff. And then tomorrow is a bank holiday as well, so there's a lot of factors there. So with that being said, tomorrow is a bank holiday. There will be no trading tomorrow. The banks are closed. The market will be closed for Juneteenth. And then Friday, looking to trade Friday. I don't know how, like, we have FOMC and then the bank holiday. I don't know how that's going to affect the market and price going into Friday. Friday could just be a chop fest as well. So I'm going to have to wait and see what happens there, and then just be extra patient on Friday. Like I said, one more time before we get out of here, free Discord will be linked in the description below. I will be providing free market updates right here, market updates channel, and then we have a lot of stuff that's coming soon. And then we just got general chats. You can ask me any questions you got about trading, live market updates, daily biases, what I'm seeing in the markets. So, yeah, man. But that's the trade recap for me. Appreciate you watching. I will see you on the next one. Peace.